Well, howdy there, folks. I'm meteorologist Matt Barentine. Let's start out with your headlines here for your Friday. Yeah, looking good out there, but we do have that fog again. We have a storm tracker alert for more dense fog this morning. Near record highs or breaking records probably again this weekend over the next couple of days. Rain returns next week. Cooler air, I mean, it's slightly cooler. At least we're going to break away from the records next week, but we're going to still be way above the average. We hit a record yesterday in Mobile. We tied a record, so we got that one tied yesterday in Mobile. We didn't quite break one in Pensacola. You missed it by 1 degree, but we did break the record yesterday in Mobile. Once again, the record high for today is 79. So we could break that record as well here for today. Here's what it looks like on the satellite radar. All is good and quiet out there at the moment, just light southerly winds. Here's how things will look at Bayou La Batre today. Obviously, we've got the fog that we are starting off with this morning. It's dense fog in some spots, so please be careful. Slow down, give yourself some extra time. We know the drill. And you can see at Bayou La Batre, it holds it quite late in the morning. Anywhere you're close to the water, I mean, you could see some fog at times in the middle of the day. Warm air over cold water, that forms fog, called advection fog. Otherwise, looking pretty good. Highs will be in the low 70s down at the in Bayou La Batre. Look at the high on Dauphin Island, 66 degrees, while the rest of us are somewhere in the mid to upper 70s. The reason why? Dauphin Island is an island. It's surrounded by water. All that water is about 60 degrees. That surrounds Dauphin Island. So you get a little, every bit of the breeze, and it just cools things off. Natural air conditioning. 75 in Pensacola, 77 in Monroeville. Your planner for this evening, of course, is Friday night. Looks pretty good. Yeah, we got temperatures in the upper 60s. Every once in a while, we could get a little sprinkle in the air, but once again, nothing that'll measure up to anything, so you don't have to worry about it. Fog tomorrow morning. It's a Saturday morning in the 60s, so very similar to what we've had this morning. More fog around tomorrow morning as you get going on your weekend. Here's the weekend details. Nothing's changing, really. We're going to have morning fog and then the real possibility of record highs. The record on Saturday is 77 in Mobile, 78 on Sunday. So and we're forecasting a degree higher than that on both days. So very likely to break some records and more morning fog both days. So something to keep in mind as you make your weekend plans. Of course, you may be headed down to Dauphin Island, like I was just explaining. Of course, that the island is surrounded by 60-degree water. So that keeps things a little cooler on the island. So if you're headed down to the parade, I would suggest that you have a very light cover-up, just something to put over your arms in case you're in the shade at your spot there along the parade route. If you're in the shade, it may feel a little cool. I mean, if you're not in the shade, it'd probably be all right. Here's what the temperature outlook looks in the long range. This takes us really deep into February, and we're going to be on the warm side still. I'm thinking that right at the end of the month, last week or so, we're probably going to see the temperatures dip. But until then, I mean, look at this. I mean, next week it is slightly cooler, but I need to fix the the heart's not in the right place. I didn't even know that was on there, so I'll have to fix that. But obviously we got Friday. Next Friday will be Valentine's Day. It'll be 72 degrees. More details coming up.